Hi and welcome to the inaugural episode of Prog Review, where I review Fly From Here by Yes. What do you mean we've already done it? Hello and welcome to episode 258 of Prog Review, where I'm going to be talking about Heaven and Earth by Yes, not this one. I really liked you, but we're talking about this one. This is the 21st, count 'em, 21st studio album from Yes, and it's the first one to feature John Davison. That's his name. He used to be in a Yes tribute band, but don't say that to Steve Howe in an interview because he'll get all uppity and upset. Now, before we go on, Yes HQ have put out a decree that when you're doing an interview, a review even about Yes, you have to pay a levy if you mention a certain singer. Now, I've got the special box I've been issued with. Sorry, it looks like a pig. I borrowed it from my daughter actually. So I'm gonna put my £20 into the box. There we go. So now I can talk about John Anderson. See what I did there? This is like a swear box, but for vocalists. Yes, John Davison, John Anderson. They're only one name away now from getting him back. Yeah, they kicked out Benoit David and got in this other fella. And yeah, his fingerprints, his grubby prints are all over this record. Now, I've been giving this one a good listen to. Really, I have. I've listened to it lots in the last few days. And it's not that it's a bad record. No, it's not a bad record. It's not, the songs don't stink as such, but it's just incredibly insipid. It's just it's middle of the road. It is very, very middle of the road. Now I'm going to I hate to make comparisons, but you know, with this one you had Fly From Here. The overture, 1 minute 53, has more going on in it than the entire album of this. Musically, this just skates at one speed throughout the entire record. I mean, the songs are pleasant enough. They're catchy. You can, Believe Again is a nice enough song. It's, it's got this again. John Davison has got a deft line in nonsense lyrics. He's copied the master well. The Game with its do 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 is a jolly bouncy little number, but it's just Step Beyond is another one. In a world of our own, to Ascend is even more hippy drippy. I mean, you can almost smell the patchouli oil on this. We're not going forward, we're going back in time, and it's scented candles and it's tie-dye t-shirts and beads, and that's what we've got. That's what we've got here. Positives. Steve Howe's all over this as well. There's a lot of his guitar playing on it. He doesn't really take off. He doesn't really go on a flight, but the same old Steve Howe tones are there. So that's something. It Was All We Knew is one he wrote, and again it's a jolly little number about fruit and stuff, fruit and trees and stuff. And like I say, John Davison does a fucking good impression of John Anderson. It's very good. Now, whereas Benoit David kind of had a more, I don't know, Trevor Hornish tone. He didn't pretend to sound like John Anderson. You know, he just had the same vocal range. I mean, he was, I think he's French Canadian, so he had the accent as well. Whereas this guy, it's just frightening. It's even some of the Accrington Stanley emphasis on some of the vowels sounds are is just a little bit weird. Tell me he's not putting it on. The album only picks up at the end with Subway Walls. It's the last track of the record. The words of the prophets were written on the subway walls. That's from Simon and Garfunkel, The Sound of Silence. And so that theme is echoed here. Boy, these guys have got their finger on the pulse. But you can see what they tried to do. They tried to, you know, reach back. And yeah, you know, it picks up a bit. It's a bit sprightly. There's a little bit of kind of mind drive going on in there. It's, you know, but you come away with the whole album just thinking, was that it? I mean, it's nice enough. It's not offensive in any way. You know, I mean, you know, the songs are perfectly serviceable, but there's just something missing. There's a blandness about it. You know, they seem to move at the same speed. Again, I don't know if it's something to do with the production, because we've got Roy Thomas Baker doing the production this time, with Trevor Horn on the last one. But everything does feel a little bit turgid. The keyboards are just, you know, it's almost like Jeffrey Downes is using presets. I don't mean that, Jeff. You know, I love you, but you know, yeah. And then you got the bass and the drums just seem. You know, it's just, I don't know, very, very, very lacking. I mean, if it wasn't for, you know, the vocals, and you wouldn't even believe this was a Yes album, because, you know, it bears absolutely no relationship to this. They're just, I mean, they're just nothing. They're nothing alike. This had a lot going for it. I mean, this is like close to the fucking edge compared to this. You know, this has ups and downs and peaks and troughs and emotional highs. You know, and even the you know, away from the Fly From Here 20-minute epic, you know, the songs on the B-side are, you know, pretty, you know, interesting and hold your interest. With here, you just want to kind of stare out the window. And I know a lot of fans will eat it up. And that's fine. I understand why you would eat it up, because it tickles a certain need. You feel like you're, you know, I know what it is. It's the equivalent to a vegetarian sausage. It looks the same. It looks like a sausage, you know, and has the same kind of texture as a sausage, but it's not a sausage. That's what this album is. There you go. That's the best analogy I can come up with. Now, see, my big worry, and I'm a worrier. You know that, is that John Anderson's going to turn up to one of his solo gigs. He's going to be a little bit late, and he's going to get there, and he's going to find John Davison on stage doing his gig for him. That's my big fear. Is this guy's going to actually believe he is John Anderson and take it too far? Whether or not if we get another album from this set of, just you know, it's just, it's not even disappointing, because, you know, they dribbled out the songs, and you heard, yeah, nice enough, and it is kind of music-y, you know, but, you know, if you listen to Fly From Here, and you go back to Magnification or The Ladder, or, you know, even to, you know, Keys to Ascension, if you go back, you can hear what Yes was. And I don't know, this kind of new Yes it's so laid back. I'm surprised they haven't all fallen over. That's how laid back it is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you probably think I mean, oh dear. I mean, I've got to come up with it. I've toiled over this. I've listened to this, and again, the songs are. I mean, the songs are okay. I mean, I can whistle along to them, and they go in, and you know, but you know, it's just after a while, you know, it's just kind of shrug. You know, they don't touch me in the same way that the Fly From Here album did. You know, it all. I don't like records that kind of move in one, you know, one speed or one tone. I like things that go. There are some little upbeat moments, there are some skips and jumps, but for the whole, it is just middle of the road. It is incredibly middle of the road. But you know, I can understand why some of the Yes devotees are eating it up, because they've got their vegetarian sausage. And on that bombshell, I think we'll. Well, I've got to come up with a rating for it. Well, I'll go down the middle. I think I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna give it 2.5. A subway walls. It's a load of subway walls. That's Cockney rhyming slang. Orchestra stalls, subway walls. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna give it. 2.5 subway walls out of 5. Give it a go. I mean, you're not going to be upset by it. You're not going to tear your hair out and go, oh, this is terrible. It's just going to wash over you like a warm bath. It's just, you know, and you're going to walk away from it. Your life is not going to change. Your heart's not going to race. You'll hear some nice guitar bits from Steve Howe. You'll hear some incredibly laid-back drumming from Alan White. You'll hear some nice tinkly presets from Mr. Downs, the usual sludgy bass. I mean, the bass work is incredibly pedestrian. I mean, Chris Squire, did they dose him up on Mogodon or something? Who knows? And you'll hear some airy-fairy nonsense lyrics in a style that sounds remarkably like John Anderson, including the Accrington Stanley stresses on his vowels. E. Bayek. And so that's that. My name's been Darren Locke, and I wish I'd been reviewing this one, but instead I had to review this one. Give it a go. You might like it. You know, it's not all bad. It's just it's bland. And the thing about bland is bland is acceptable. Bland gets into all those creeps, you know, those crevices. Bland. You can get away with murder with bland, and that's what I think they've done. They've got away with murder. Best thing about it is the artwork. Oh, should we do a look? There we go. There's the cover. That's the back cover. This is what it looks like when you open it up. Peekaboo! There's the disc. Take the disc out. See, and it's still. And we'll do the booklet show. You can see a load of old men standing around scratching their nuts. Whoa! See like that. You can get the lyrics. You can even sing along if you want. There's the lyrics. More lyrics. And there's a bit of Roger Dean artwork where he just can't be bothered to finish it. More lyrics. More lyrics. And there's the band. Look, there they are. All looking like their own grandmothers. There they are. Look, looking hard at work. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Playing on the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Right, well that's it. It's late enough. I've left this one till late because it's the school holidays and I'm looking after the sprogs, and so that's why videos will come and go. And so I had to squeeze this one in late. There's only one more thing to say. Are you ready? Prog on.